Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, testing.
Done.
2, 1, 2, 1.
Shalom. Hey, we on until the end. Yeah, that's until the end. Hey, we on until the end. Okay, you still get that straight. So let's go ahead and open up that. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash.
that belongs to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to Allah Hakim that is doing the work, sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you, I salute. All right. Now, we got a good lesson lineup today, Lord willing. It be edifying and to serve its purpose. Okay. Brother got a good message lineup, but before we get into his lesson, okay, I just want to touch on this up and coming weather that's coming.
Done.
It's cold,
Right.
but it's cold front. All right. Now people like to say, but you know, this mean the brother Wamba season.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I said? That's what they like to say, but what they don't understand, even in me in Wamba season, there's judgment.
Yeah,
See
the
what I
best.
said? That's what they like to say. They say, oh, this is the weather for this, or this is the weather for that. They like talk shit, but they get cook their pea soup and dumpling, you know, with their ham in it.
Yo.
You know? So even in that, there's judgment. You see? What our people don't understand that the cold is judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Done.
They don't understand that. There you go. You know, like me and the brother Yashawan was talking yesterday, right? You notice every year, all right, especially over there in Babylon, it gets colder and colder. Guess what? It gets so cold till it becomes ice.
Done.
All right. Then when it gets hot, right, it gets so hot, that's fire.
You know that.
Okay. Then in the springtime, it gets so wet till that's flood. You see what I said?
Done.
Now,
And then in the summer, it gets so dry and it's drought.
there you go. You ever notice that during all the seasons now, there's always some natural disaster that happens in Babylon?
Done.
I already explained the winter. I already explained the summer. I already explained the spring. Let's deal with the fall. That's when your tornadoes happen. You see what I said? There you go. So the Most High ain't playing around.
You know that.
Okay? So I say that to say this. This cold weather or this cold front that's coming. Okay? And even so, this is a great sign. This man, in the history of me being alive and being on this island, I never experienced the cold weather down in the 40s.
Especially in late January.
You understand?
You know?
That never happened. So that's a great sign from the Lord.
Done.
Okay? It is expected to get down to the 40s, and then they say over there in Bimini in the 30s.
Snow inside Freeport.
There you go.
Yep.
And then they might see snow in Freeport.
Yep.
Which that's judgment,
Done.
which we're gonna get into. All right. Let's get to Rock 39, brother. We start at 27. We can read straight on down to 31. All right, because all these are vengeance from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Done. This is Sirach 39 and 27. All these things are for good to the godly, and to the sinners they are turned into evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these are created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandments, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Right. All right. But in this case, it's a fire and hail, famine, right? But in this case, we're talking about this cold that's coming.
God, they call it a winter storm.
You understand? There you go. Some type of blizzard.
Yep.
You see? There you go. All right. The Most High bringing us in. He bringing us in record numbers.
God.
Okay. And as we get closer and closer to the end, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to get worse. It's going to get more severe.
God, it's a lot here, right? You know, when you watch those news outcasts, those news outlets a lot on YouTube, okay, they will show a map of the US. Okay, during the same time this winter storm what's going on, they'll have the whole of Babylon on ice. Okay, and guess what? One of the brothers, okay, Manatazak Ba, okay, who do all of the creative videos. All right, he have the whole of Babylon on fire, which we know that that's gonna happen. So it ain't no coincidence. Okay, Babylon right now is on ice right now, but then the fire is coming.
Speaking of Babylon, there's a chance that the U.S. is on the brink of another shutdown. Remember when they shut down for those couple of months?
Yeah.
Right now, again, they're doing the same thing. Remember last week, not to stray too far from the topic, gold is hitting record numbers, right? Really highs.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, when you look at the market close, that was a big dip. You see? So right now, the market is showing volatility. It ain't stable. So right before, when you look at like how it is, how you like to say, your thought tell your soul thought. When something becomes thought, it becomes unstable. And any given thing you touch that with.
Yep.
Right now, that balloon with over Babylon right now, that's shaking, that rattling, that ain't stable. So pop.
Nope. Gone. And you hear the brother say record numbers, right? Which, like they going into that's now Babylon setting record numbers when it comes to these natural disasters and shit. It's always more severe than the year before.
All these things, these record numbers, these new things.
There you go. The scripture did say what? He was going to plague Babylon as before. So why you think all these things happening to America?
That's it.
Because America is spiritually Babylon and Egypt.
God.
Even the allies beginning to lose confidence in that.
God.
Feel like they can't trust them.
All right, let's get out to Rock chapter 15. Read 5 to 7, brother. All right. And this is for touching the Lord's people, the apple of the Lord's eye. All right, just as he plagued Egypt before, he plagued Babylon with these natural disasters. All right, the financial system the brother gone into. All right, the stocks and the markets and shit.
God.
All right, this thing is we just about to the end.
Yep. So Rock 15.
So lock here. Second address 15.
All right. God, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Right.
Which
That's verse 7, right? All right. See ya. All right, reports, coming out of Babylon. All right, with Babylon getting hit with these natural disasters, like I say, in record numbers. I give the example with the cold, with the rain, with the flooding. all of that. All right, all these different storms. And compare that to the rest of the world.
Yep.
All right. You see, the whole of Babylon right now is on ice. You see what I said? Guess what? The rest of the world ain't on ice.
Nope.
Why is that? Because Babylon is the center of wickedness in the earth.
God.
That's why these things happening.
God, like everything is happening in Babylon. Okay, as you mentioned.
It's the mecca for wickedness.
Okay. They have hurricanes, they have drought, they have winter, they have all these stuff what's going on. Landslide,
Right.
Okay, tornadoes, earthquakes.
Right.
All right.
You get heat waves, blizzards, fires, hailstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes.
Yep.
Flooding and flooding, record-breaking storms, thunderstorms.
Yep.
The shit is crazy, man. Like I say, every season they got some type of disaster for every season.
And don't forget the lightning. Okay, when the Most High used the lightning bolt, the Tehran, what a statue of Liberty.
Damn, you got something, brother? All right. Yeah, man. That's because wickedness is the center of the earth. But again, the Lord said he's going to plague Egypt as before.
Yep.
Right? But read on, brother.
Come. 2nd Esdras 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent unrighteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now. So like I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. God. Verse 11. I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Right. You see that? So the Most High said he's going to plague Egypt as before. All right. So guess what? Just like how Egypt was plagued, with the different plagues, when you read the book of Exodus,
yep,
the Most High bringing these same plagues back in a more severe way.
Yep.
So it's going to get worse and worse. It's going to get more severe as time goes on, as we get closer to the return of our Lord Yahushua.
Yep.
Scripture does say he'd do a thing when plagues thing, that's not written in the book.
Done.
Yep. So these things that your mind can't even imagine. You see?
That's it. All right. Showing you that the word of the Lord is living. All right. Now we get supposed to get a little touch of that this evening. All right. So don't think for a minute that, hey man, let me just pull out my blanket and there's some nice weather and then that's judgment.
Yeah.
And people don't even know that.
Yeah, and look how much death this storm the Lord done killed with this.
That's it.
That's nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Done.
The devil busy.
Yeah.
All right. Surah 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fall through the blasting, hail and hail, and with a fearful consolation.
Right. Because of the weather.
Yep.
You understand the farmers can't go to farm.
Nope.
Because the weather is so severe. All right. You get the ice.
Yep.
All the crops turn into ice. All right. I dog with immigration.
No.
Yeah. I talking about actually frozen. All right. Then when you talk about rain, if it could rain so much till the point it flood.
God.
Then you get hurricanes. Then you get tornadoes. These things are destructive. So you see the conditions and all being set for farming.
Done. Yep. Hey, Salaki, remember, I think last year or year before last, they had rain in Las Vegas, which in Las Vegas in the desert. And that flooding.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So you can't say, well, Esau how, because I can get into that and show you who really control all these things.
Done.
Okay. Right now we speak about great signs, right? So let's get that right. Someone to grab Luke 21. You know, we can read from 7 to 11 to show you that these are great signs. All right. The Lord is on his way.
Done.
Okay. So just think for a minute. It ain't look here, it's cold. Don't think soup or your big krill to cover up with in the night.
Yeah, boy.
You gotta put judgment in your mind.
You know that. You know a lot of people right now, they have soup on their mind, crab soup.
That's it.
You know, pork, pigtail.
That's it.
You know,
Well, for men of the Lord, you know, when you're reading the scriptures, when you're doing your reading and you're studying and your due diligence, you just don't even feel the elements.
Done.
And even being around the highways and the byways where we doing our teachings and such, you don't feel it. Now, once you finish, then you just feel it.
God, that's like a whole lot of if a lot of noise be going on. Okay, like someone playing music, or sometimes you'll hear a little break in, but for the most part, you don't really hear it.
Done. All right, bring that Luke 21, 7 to 11.
Luke 21:7 to 11. And they said, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach. And the time draweth near. Go ye, not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotion, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. For the end is not by and by. And then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine and pestilence, and fearful signs and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Right. Fearful signs and great signs shall there be from heaven. When in the world you ever damn see in the Caribbean more cooler than damn Alaska? You know, that's a great sign.
Oh, I tell you.
You ever see anything like that?
That's what it is now.
You know, when people even considering that this is the wake of the Lord, they ain't considering that this is judgment.
You make the river in the desert. Huh?
All right, you bring the precept.
All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And as you can see now, many great miseries coming upon the people of the world. You see, they ain't taking heed to the words of the Lord. They ain't taking heed to the signs that He is showing. Like now, just brother, when you ever see it this cold down inside the Caribbean, colder than a place was known for being cold.
Boy.
You see, when you ever see it so hot in the place where wasn't known for being so hot? You know, again, these great miseries, and these great miseries bring great death.
Done.
Done. This cold front, just like fire and hail. All right. Well, you could put cold front there.
Yep.
That's judgment too.
Done.
All right. Bring your precept, brother.
Like I know you got this one like Psalms 147.
Go ahead.
This Psalms 147, I can read it, and then I can read it in the KJV and the NLT. It says Psalm 147, 16 and 17. He giveth snow like wool, he scattered the hoar frost.
Start at 15, brother.
God. Psalm 147 and 15. He set it forth his commandment upon the earth. His word runneth very swiftly. He giveth snow like wool.
he scattered the hoarfrost like ashes. He casted forth his ice like morsels. Who can stand before his cold?
Right, and Rich, that's a rhetorical question. Right? Because who could stand the cold, the most high cold? Nobody. All right. See, it says he sent forth his commandment upon the earth, right? Is right. So the Most High doesn't struggle or delay when he speaks. His creation responds to his commanded law. That's why they what that sound Sirach 39 28 goes into 39. Bring that for me again, brother. Yeah, I think it's about 31. All right, that's why they ain't gonna transgress his commandment. Done. And they're gonna be upon earth when needed. Right? You see? 28. Done. You see? So we want 30.
Yeah, that's 31.
Yeah, 31.
All right, Sirach 39 and 31, Salak. They shall rejoice in his commandments, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Right. You see that? So when the Most High speaks, his creation has to respond to his command.
Done.
You see what I said?
Right.
All right. So who could stand before his cold? Name someone who could stand before his cold. You damn thing the Eskimos could stand before his cold.
You know?
All these elements of spirit.
You understand?
Done.
His word runneth very swiftly, right?
Yep.
So once his word is spoken, it's immediately carried out. No resistance, no hesitation. You see that? Huh? All right, because the Most High word is active, powerful, and unstoppable. All right? This shows absolute authority. So when he decides to do something or say something, guess what? Guess what? It's already done. You see that? All right. Read verse 16, brother. Again.
It says Psalms 147 and 16. He giveth snow like wool. He scattered the hoarfrost like ashes.
Right. You see that? The snow like wool. Right? When you look at wool, wool covers, right? Right? It also protects. So the snow is like the snow blankets the land in the same way. Very soft, quiet, but yet powerful and effective. You see? So the hoarfrost like ashes, right? Frost spreads lightly but thoroughly. Same way with his word. Just like how ashes with the fire is spread. Right? So even though it's gentle, right? Guess what? The quiet things obey him. Nature doesn't roar. Yeah. Nature doesn't roar. What it do? It submit.
Done.
See what I said? Showing you his control isn't just about or just in storm, but it's subtle in everything. It's incorruptible spirit is in all things.
Done.
Right? Which is cold is used for judgment.
It's beautiful you brought that up, because when you look at the word element, when you're going to do a strong definition, it says something orderly in arrangement. So the elements don't do nothing unless commanded by the Most High. If there's, even the scriptures tell you, he said in a decree for the ocean not to go past the sun. You know, they don't do nothing without commandment of the Lord.
Done. All right. Read verse 17, brother.
Verse 17. He casted forth ice like morsels. Who can stand before his cold?
You see that? He casted forth his ice like morsel. Who can stand before his cold? The ice like morsel basically is what? Imagine like small ice cubes. Done. All right. Breaking up into small pieces. Like brother say they're hail.
Done. Some translation goes into it, call it pebbles.
Right. Right. So now guess what? That's deadly in effect when it's raining down. You see? Guess what? We speak about the crops earlier, right? That ice have the power to destroy crops. All right. Also, it have the power to destroy homes, as well as lives. This again is judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Done. So lucky, right? Just like blasting because I think it's NIV translation, because it's blasted. Who could stand before it's icy blasted or blast, right? Now, when you look at sand blast, okay, what does that do? Okay, that terrorizes everything in its path. Okay,
Right, that's strip it down to the bare
let's strip
metal.
it down, right?
Right? It says, who can stand before his court? Like I say, that is a rhetorical question because ain't nobody could stand before the Most High court. All right? But especially when he released judgment, all right, or restraint. Mankind is powerless, showing you that nobody is able to stand before his court. All right? This shows judgment and authority. You see that? So this cold front is judgment.
Right.
All right? This is judgment and authority. Just as no one can resist freedom and court, no one could resist his decree. God, who was able to resist his will? Not one. Not one.
So lucky, right?
Go ahead, brother.
I was reading an article, and it was yesterday, how this snow was over there in Babylon. This messing up people with what you call it, frostbite, messing people right up, destroying tissues and stuff.
Done.
There's a wood frostbite. When you go into what frostbite is, it mostly is targets your extremities,
Exactly.
your fingers, your toes, and stuff like that. And what it is, it's so interesting. I just went into this definition like 3 days ago. When your hands start to freeze up, or let's use the fingers, the blood vessels inside your fingers start to freeze and crystallize. Ice is crystals.
That's it.
They start to crystallize and start to burst. That's when they start to turn black.
That's it.
Now, when it finally thawed, those old blood vessels was in there, they started to go back, but the extremity is now lost as the nerve damage and tissue damage inside that particular spot is gone. So that's how come when you see people get severe frostbite on their extremities, they got to cut them off.
Judgment. And on top of that, you also got disease X out here damn carrying on. A disease X, what that is you have multiple different viruses and bacteria and diseases. What doesn't have a name as yet? God. All right, so the X there represent unknown. You see, just like the CV19, before that was called the CV19, that was also known as disease X. God. All right. The next precept I got. Go ahead, brother.
That's ironic, because why your boy changes the name of his platform there? What's that name?
Yeah. What? Unknown. Right. Let's go to Job 38:29.
God, this is the book of Job 28 and 39.
38, sir. It's a lot here.
38 and 29.
Yeah.
It's Job 38 and 29. Out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven? Who had gendered it?
The Most High. Who created that? All right. Not Esau damn Hop.
Nope.
You see that? The Most High.
Had the rain a father, or who had begotten the drops of dew? Who created? The Lord created these things. Out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven? Who had gendered it?
Right. The Most High created this. The Most High himself born this. Not Esau Hop.
No.
You see that? And he letting you know you're cold. But the cold is judgment. All right?
That's it.
Cold is judgment. Jump down to 22 and 23, brother.
Job 22, Job 38 and 22. Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hill, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war?
Right. You see that? The Most High letting you know that the call is judgment.
Yep.
So this call from the coming in a couple of hours, this judgment. All right. Said, hast thou entered? Right? The Most High is showing Job and all men, all right, you ain't in control. You don't control this better. I control this. All right? And not to cut the Esau. he still don't control it.
You know, these devils go, they think they control everything.
Right. It said, hast thou seen the treasures of the hill? Right? Now the treasures which let us know that snow and hail are stored, right? Measured and then released, not random weather. The Most High control his resources. You know why? Because these are reserved for judgment.
God.
Right.
Yep.
When you look at snow versus hail, right? Snow restraint, then it's slowly covering and damn freeze you to death. Hail is used for force damage or force damage judgment. Yeah. You see? So nature is presently like a storehouse, not chaos, which let us know that the Most High again is in control of all these elements. The scripture that say let us know that the Most High born these things. All right, so therefore only him have control.
God, you know that.
See what I said? All right. Read verse 23, brother.
Which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war.
Right. See that? So which he have reserved. Right now, which is kept for the appointed time.
Right.
You see that?
God.
So nothing the Most High do is premature. So therefore, that's where you get the time of trouble. That's your period of correction. All right. This is where you get a divine correction from to get your shit together. So if you don't get catch in this particular judgment, this is time for you to get your shit together, get your act together. Because this coal is used in battle and war. Right? So when the Most High intervenes directly, sometimes this is how he intervenes directly without human armies through natural disasters and shit.
God.
See what I said?
You know, it's as a sign that you know something big on the way.
Right.
And you know, these comes with death.
You get that same verse 23 now, and I'll leave from the brother.
That's it.
30 and 23.
Right. So again, this let us know that snow and hail are shown as weapons of divine judgment. So again, who control this? Who control the coal?
So,
Yo,
when
but
you
me, I
think
was
about
shy.
it, when you read Job 38 and 22, it says, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war. It could be safe to say that this cold weather is like a herald going to usher in, you know, war. It's like almost like a war cry when you think about it. You
Gun.
see, wouldn't be surprised if after this, you know, something big don't happen. You know,
Gun. All right. Let's get that in the NLT, brother.
This Job 38 and 23 in the NLT. I have reserved them as weapons for
You,
the time
you
of
see
trouble.
that? So the snow and the hail, the coal, he reserved them as weapons. You see what I said?
God.
stage means that.
All right. So just imagine when you in trouble and you going through hardship, things done damn hard, and it cold on top of that. You can't go no way. Resources is limited.
Yep.
Everything around you damn freeze. You see what I said?
God. It's a lot, and that bring basically a pre-farming.
That's what it is.
Because you can't go out to get these. You can't go out to buy anything.
Yeah, and the fish is dying. Will be dying in the sea.
Right. That's a lot. You mentioned about the fishes, right? Some of them the good thing that it can be so cold. See, a few years back, man, the water went back 600 feet. The man and all they had was fishes. So they was eating dead fishes. What would die of it on? And the Lord tells us in the commandment, look here, we should not eat that died of it on.
Done.
See?
All right. Yeah, man. Check this right. Let's get that Jeremiah, brother.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 51 to 15. He had made the earth by his power. He had established the world by his wisdom, and had stretched out the heaven by his understanding. When he uttered his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he caused the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures.
Right. All right. So this again, this let us know that Yahweh Shem Yoshai, control the weather. All right. The voice of the Most High equals his command. All right. Creation responds instantly, no delay, no resistance. All right. So there's a multitude of waters in the heavens, which we know that refers to the clouds, right? The rain system, the waters above, which that shows the organization, all right, not randomness. The heavens are packed with resources under the Most High control. Okay, we get hurricane, we get cold front, we get tornadoes, all these things. Where do you think these things come from? Speaking about this whole system. Yep. All right. It says he calls it the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. All right. Evaporation is described as intentional, not mechanical. All right. When it speaks about the ends of the earth, we're talking about all regions, the whole earth. All right. And what science call a cycle, the scripture called obedience. That's the shit. Okay. It says he maketh lightning with rain. All right. Lightning and rain are prepared by design of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. All right. But that's power. You got power. You got power and provision come together. Rain equal light and lightning equal warning and authority. Right? It goes on to say, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Right? The wind is stored and then released. See what I said? Treasures again equals control reserves. You see, we have I ain't got no examples of that, but I could show you that all day in the scriptures. You get Exodus, for example. All right, when he caused the winds to come together to create that bridge for the children of Israel to pass by, to pass on dry land. Right? That's just one example. All right, and that it also could destroy, because we always say in natural disasters. Look at Jamaica, for example. Yep. So I could go on and on and on. Yeah. All right.
And the thing about it is a lot to do with tornadoes. Okay, you look at tornadoes, right? When a tornado hit down, okay, in the middle of the tornado is calm. There ain't no wind inside there. All right, but everything around it is destructive.
Done. So yeah, man. When you talk about the fluffy season, all right, guys, like me, the brother was discussing earlier in the week. Your brain tend to believe your thoughts. All right, but you could only believe certain things, or certain dumb thoughts could only come to your head. That's because you don't know the truth. So in reality, you have to be trained how to think. So once you know the truth, then you're gonna do what's right. You're gonna believe what's right and know what's right. There you go. The Lord willing, hope that was edifying.
God. Hey, the water, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, for that. All right, because guess what? That is coming. Okay, we know prophecies have to be fulfilled. All right, and what's happening over there in Babylon right now? Okay, we're gonna get a little taste of that. Okay, so for Jake over on this side, thinking that, as the act say, they thinking they just gonna grab their quilts and their fluffy blanket and all that, and cook up some big pot of stew peas. All right, talking about they can just ride it out. But Jake like to say they can ride out the storm. Not knowing that that bringing death as well. Okay, so your part lesson, man.
Yeah. They can't plan on me, no.
Hey, through all these storms, we will be chilling just like John.
You know that.
God.
And it's like and also people will get 10 blood, they just can be cool.
What you know that?
Yeah, man, you can feel it coming on now.
Yeah, you got it, brother. All right, all right. One more. We could bring up the article I sent you.
Look at you on the screen.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
that's the article.
yeah, thank you.
All right, so lucky. Yeah, man. We can go into the article. Okay, Lord will this lesson be edifying. Okay, so yeah, name it. Many will take that see hip. Okay, they are being prepped. Okay, now this article is gonna go into. It's gonna go into how Esau is basically saying they're gonna regularize immigrants. Okay, now they haven't mentioned certain things inside it, but we can bring it out and give you the edification on it and show you what they actually mean. Okay, because Esau is put things in the way to trip up Jake. Okay, make things sound good and sound smooth. Okay, and Jake fall for that trap. They fall into that trap a lot. Okay, because Jake like everything nice and easy and smooth and quick. All right, right. Okay, brother, you can read the headline.
Spain to regularize 500,000 undocumented migrants.
Gun. All right, to regularize 500,000 undocumented migrants. Okay, now the word regularize. But I send you that screenshot. You can pull that up for me.
Word regularize means to make something regular or to establish on an official basis, whether it be temporary or provisional arrangement.
Gun, are you have they'll give an example underneath that thing.
Immigrants applying to regularize their status as residents. That's the example.
Or they have not done an electrical.
Oh, it says an electrical implant to regularize the heartbeat.
Gun. Okay. Now part of the regularize. Okay. Now they ain't gonna tell you that. Okay. Read that line again, brother.
An electrical implant to regularize the heartbeat.
Okay. An electrical implant to regularize the heartbeat. Okay. Now we know what the scriptures say. Everybody can get that Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, to regularize, okay, the heartbeat. Now,
That's what they say.
right, all right. But their whole goal is to get you to take that ship. Because that ship is gonna be a part of your regularization.
We ever notice, side note, we ever notice whenever you look up definitions of words or things, or we look for synonyms or they use sentences, right?
Yeah.
We ever notice how now they using a lot of examples where things being implanted into the body.
God.
The word is, we just see it a lot now when you make something so common like not desensitizing you. So if they keep feeding you, hey, implant.
Yep.
When it finally come, you done so desensitized to it, you just like, okay, this is just another thing. And that's how Esau's work with his subtlety.
Right.
You see?
All right, brother.
Revelation
13 and 16. God.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
God. All right. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now we know, okay, that mark, okay, is the lock. We know that mark, okay, will be in you. Okay, we call it the rice device. Okay, now that is an electronic device. Okay, just like the word regular lights. Okay, they give you an electrical implant. Okay, so with that in you, okay, you become one with that. All right, you can't just say you can take it and then you can take it out a little later. It don't work like that.
That's sync with you.
Right. that become a part of you. Okay, you become regularized on their system.
Regularized. You become regularized. You become a citizen.
You become right.
You know, on that same note, there was recently, no familiar with Kim Kardashian, right? She married to Kanye.
Yeah.
And the world really didn't believe her. They had her looking like as a dumb woman, but in actuality she ain't really dumb per se. So here it is now. She is currently in the process of trying to pass the bar exam. You know, and that exam is to become a lawyer. Right? So she recently failed it. So now they show a video of her crying, and now she's contemplating on. They have her saying she's gonna take Elon Musk Neuralink, the brain implant, to inject her with the information that she need to pass the bar exam. So when you think about it, she's slowly becoming the face of Neuralink. If you see, she take that. See, I tell you, Esau's do these things. They build these things up to gradually get people to see, well, you know, this is do that. So if she take that, or when she take that, and then she go and she pass that exam, what do you think they can give the credit to? That Neuralink. So like, so in turn, that can cause people and say, motherfucker, that make her smart. And like I say, they're already, the world already viewing her. So she just a pretty dumb woman. When actually she isn't as uneducated as the world thinks. You see? But I said to say this. Whenever she do pass that exam, she take that Neuralink, that causes more people to want to go there and take that and say, babe, they can do it wrong, they can do it to them. You see?
Yeah. Done. And you know, she already famous. Okay, and people tend to follow famous people. Okay, so yeah, man. The end goal is to get you chipped. Okay, even though they may say to regularize as an immigrant. Okay, and it may benefit you. It's all a trap. Okay, to control you. All right, let's get that first paragraph, brother.
Spain's left-wing government approved Tuesday a plan to regularize around 500,000 undocumented migrants by decree, the country's latest break with harsher policies elsewhere in Europe.
Gone. All right, now the word decree, it really means an order. Okay, as the article goes on, all right, you'll see this by measure depending on how long you may have been living in that. Okay, this is how they'll get you to be. This is how they will get. This is how they will get you. Okay, because when you think about it, if you're living in another country and your so-called life is good, okay, and made, okay, but now comes immigration, okay, cracking down on people who have been here for years. All right, what you think they're gonna do? Run or hide? All right, but now an opportunity is presented. Okay, an opportunity is presented to become a citizen. So you know many would get into the system because now they have an opportunity to become regularized. Okay, now this is where the digital ID comes in. Now, though the article didn't tell you nothing about digital ID, but how you else you can regularize the people? Because
Regularize.
Regularize the people.
Regularize.
Huh?
Regularize.
Regularize.
When you can say that word,
All right. So how you think that they will become a citizen? Okay, they ain't mentioned nowhere in this article about digital ID. Okay, and you know the UK, okay, is basically doing that now. All right. And guess what? This thing is gonna come spread throughout the whole world. And everybody right now is basically getting into digital IDs.
John, because you remember last year sometime, you know, you had the right here in this country, you had the leader of the opposition, you know, speaking about the same thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, with dealing with the migrants.
Right?
Same thing. All
Yeah.
right. Showing you that there's gonna be one system.
That's it. All right.
Again, you can see it even with your apps. You know, if you sign up with one account for one app, you can use that one account to sign up for all the different apps. When you think about it, all the apps in one way, form, or the next are connected. Yep, that's Facebook, integrates with WhatsApp, integrates with Pinterest,
Yep.
integrates with Google, integrates with Google Eats, integrates with all these different apps, all them integrated into one.
Yeah, right. Right.
You see, even go ahead.
So that in the group that let's say you go to download an app, right? Even getting that app, they have like right. You know, like if you want to continue with Facebook, Google, or the email, you see. So you gotta just bypass all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just to get into the app.
Because your email integrates with Facebook, your Google integrates with your email. Your email basically is the hub for everything else when you think about it.
You can't get in your phone without it.
Can't. That's it. That's it, buddy. So you see all these devils and they have everything integrated.
Because all the information on your phone, you go hop on any random computer, type in your email on that computer, we don't have nothing to do with your phone, and all your information will pop right up on that computer. All the information on your phone will pop up on that computer. That shows the integration. So you think they call that? You think they call it the cloud by example, by happenstance?
Yeah.
No more.
It's all right.
That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. We're about to go on our 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right, because you know, many people will get in that system first, the digital ID, then comes the chip. All right, but this article ain't gonna tell you that, like I stated a little earlier. This article ain't gonna tell you nothing about digital ID. Okay, but they put things inside there. Okay, only the elected see. All right. Let's get that 2 Corinthians 2.
Done. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Done. All right, so we know his intentions. All right, and we are very well aware of them. Okay, very well aware of them. Okay, let's go back to that article, but we hit the second paragraph.
It says, Migration Minister Elma Saiz, the beneficiaries would be able to work in any sector in any part of the country and extol the positive impact of migration.
Done. Now, there they go with those sweet promising words. Beneficiaries would be able to work in any sector, in any part of the country. Now, would migrate, but immigrants a lot wouldn't like that. You see, they're like that. But before so they gotta get hooked up on that system.
Sell their soul.
They got, you know what I mean? All right. So this is one of the easiest ways to get jakes. Okay, just make everything sweet and easy. No hard work. Okay, with cake and baggies. Like the brother Yah was up and sing. You know? Let's get that Psalm 55:11. Okay, because these devils, okay, their words are smoother. 55:21 to that.
This is Psalms 55:21. It reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword.
Done. All right, so we can't trust these devils. Okay, check out their tongues. We can't trust them. All right, everything is by design. Okay, it's to trap you.
Don't you mind them?
All right, let's get Psalm 64 and verse 3, and then Psalm 28 and 3.
You know, before you get that right, this is something for the migrants, right? And you say the migrants would like this.
Done.
Right? So basically, they're selling their soul, right?
Yep.
This is coming to Babylon as well. This lets you know that, hey, look, you You got to sell your soul. You see? Right? With what is right? This is Revelation 18, 13. Revelation 18 and 13. And sentiments and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. See that?
Hmm.
What are they going to give in exchange for their soul?
All right.
You see?
God.
And do the one them people, them most likely them people even in their own people.
You know that.
You got it.
All right, brothers. Get us Psalm 64 and 3 and 28 and 3.
This Psalms 64 and 3, it reads, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows like even better words.
God, you see that? All right. With their words, okay, they make everything sound good. Okay, but poison is in them. All right. Get us Psalm 28 and 3.
This is Psalms 28 and 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbor, but mischief is in their heart.
God. All right. And what you think they said earlier? All right, you'll be able to work in any sector. Okay. You'll be able to work in any part of the country. Okay. That is a part of their sweet words. Okay. That is the part of them getting you, all right, to get on the system. Because once you now get that digital ID and you being an immigrant, it'll be much easier for you to get that chip, to get that mark. You see? Because you know how these devils go. Even though the brother mentioned with Babylon a little earlier, even though Trump going on with ICE and all that, at times it's still going to come. When now they're going to say, you know what, they're going to do the same thing. Okay, and this is going to spread throughout the whole world.
You become a citizen of the world.
You see? Right now, they've been pushing the one world government. Okay, but we can see more of that happen. We can see more of that continue to be pushed. Okay. All right, want me to go back to that? Let's hit the third and fourth paragraph, brother.
It says, we are talking about estimations. Probably more or less, the figures may be around 500,000 people, she told public broadcaster. Saiz said at a news conference after Tuesday's cabinet meeting that, quote, we are strengthening a migration model based on human rights, integration, coexistence, and compatible with economic growth and social cohesion.
God. All right. Now, that's 500 million. 500 million, right?
500,000.
500,000 is a lot. 500,000 people. That ain't no small number. Okay. Now, what's the migration model base? Okay. All right. Now, ESO have everything tied together that when you get on the system, you can't get out. Okay. You can't get out other than death. All right. Now, I send you a screenshot, brother, with that.
Migration models.
Right. You could just, I think it send you to. All right. Yeah.
It says here, migration models are analytical frameworks used to simulate, predict, and understand population movements by analyzing drivers like economic payoff, spatial factors, and individual decisions. They range from micro-level agent-based models, simulating individual choices, to macro-level gravity models, focusing on regional flows, aiming to map redistribution and change. So, in a nutshell, it's like it's just data. You see,
Done.
it says here because in order for you to collect that, you need a vast amount of subjects, and using migrants, because migrants come in large numbers, they're able to, examine what they need to examine. So it says here key types of migration models: agent-based models. Agent-based models simulate individual or agents or migrants interacting with their environment, making decisions based on personal factors, social networks, and constraints. And what that means is, imagine, let's use our country for example, right? Whenever we have a person from a Spanish speaking country, a Spanish culture, or even the Levites when they come here, ABM, what they do when they come here, because our culture is different, is what is an agent based model. You see how they interact with the environment here, like how they interact with our land. You see how they interact with the people, how they make this decisions based on the culture here. You see, that's what ABM goes into. It says gravity models based on the idea that migration volume between two places depends on their mass or population size and distance, often used to map regional flows. Mathematical or statistical models use census data, matrix algebra, and equations to represent population movement percentages between regions, meaning the percentage of different immigrants that go to an area. And we know, I don't know the exact numbers, but we know the largest percentage of immigrants that come here are Levites.
God, yeah.
You see, so Levites, Edomites, Judites,
Moabites.
Jamaicans, Moabites, all those are different percentages that's analytical, right? Diffusion convection models treat migration as a socio-economic process using physics-based equations to model human resource flow.
God. All right, now you notice now each of them have one thing in common is about data. Okay, and we know, all right, Esau over the past few months they've been shift everything to data, collecting data. Okay, now when you really look at it, there's the whole system controlled by AI, and as we know, AI will police the world. Okay, because with all this data they collecting, okay, what other system would be more better to control everything? You say it? All right,
Move everything online.
that's it. Okay, so in this paragraph it says strengthening based on a human rights integration, which is fusion, right? Coexistence. All right, read that screenshot is in with the coexistence.
Coexistence. And now, coexistence, a plural noun, coexistences means the state or fact of living or existing at the same time or in the same place.
All right, living at the same time at the same place. Now, when you get that chip, where that chip is going to be?
On you.
In you.
Like a parasite.
Right. And it's going to be in the same place?
Yes. And a parasite needs a host.
All right.
And you would be the host of that parasite.
God.
Yeah, and that's beautiful too, boy. Because at the same time, the Most High doing his sifting at the same time. All right, because you go ahead and you take that, you curse.
That's it. That's it.
You curse.
God, because if a parasite in you, okay, you're not pure no more. You say, see, and you finish. All right, so this is why we say if you take it, and then you say you're taking it out, you no longer.
You die. Because when you think of a parasite bonds with the host. It becomes one with the host. If the host dies, the parasite dies. If the parasite dies, the host dies.
Done.
So there's a movie out there, I think it was made in like 2001, so called The Host. I recommend all our team to check that out.
The host, you got Venom.
Yep. Right. All right.
Yeah.
And then
the lock, you curse if you take that. Damn, you curse if you take that. There ain't no way of getting around that.
Right.
But now you a part of this system. You telling Esau that he's your God.
That's it. God.
And if this in the UK, if this pass and if they go through with this and they start to get positive results, what do you think gonna happen? The rest of the world is gonna adopt this.
That's it. All right.
Because that's what governments do. You know, they adopt different policies and then from different countries. Why do you think they always having these damn expose and these summits and shit?
Yep. Hey, and the thing about it, right? One part of that paragraph it mentioned social cohesion, right? Cohesion. The lag, yeah. All right. And what that mean? Meaning they all working together towards a common goal. You say? So you mentioned with the governments all around the world, all them working together to come, you know?
They put their differences, and this is mainly intended for Jake.
Yeah.
And when you go back to this, it says we are strengthening a migration model. What is a model? A model is a template, right?
Yep.
So if they strengthen the template and they say they basing it on human rights, integration, cohesion, and all these different things, once they perfect that model, what do you think gonna happen? What do you think that model gonna be done? They're gonna share it.
Yep.
You see, they can create a pattern,
Yeah.
and they can sell it.
Yeah.
You know, or in this case, they can get it.
Yep.
You know?
That's what you say they're gonna share it. Because why? That works for them. You see, so if something working for them, okay, and it's doing what it's supposed to do, this other government, that government, the other government, they can want it. You see, and knowing Esau, the earth is given in the hand of him, what you think he's gonna do?
Like here, the precept.
I'll bring
Okay,
precept.
Psalm 83 and 5 said, for they have consulted together with one consent. Okay? They are confederate against thee. Okay, so this is cohesiveness. Right? They all consulted together with one consent, and they have a confederacy against the Most High.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to that word model.
God.
Definition. You know, the word model is two definitions. It says a three-dimensional representation of a person or thing of a proposed structure, typically on a smaller scale than the original. So this is a small scale thing. You see, the original thing can be much bigger than this.
God.
It says a thing used as an example to follow or imitate. And some of the synonyms are a prototype, a mold, a pattern. Sound familiar, right? A design, a blueprint, example, a guide, a mold. You see that?
Yep.
So all this is just framework.
That's it.
Right. This is Colossians 2 and 17, which I'm going into that word model, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Mashiach. You see, like you say, mold, pattern, all of that, right? Okay. A model, as I look it up, right? It says a model is a basically representation of something, so we can understand it, explain it, or predict how it behaves. You know, think of it like a simplified version of reality, right? And they give an example of a toy car. A toy car represents a real car.
Yeah. God.
All right. Then when you look at maths, a math model, numbers and formulas that could predict outcome. All right. Computer or AI model, a system trained to recognize pattern and respond. You know, that's what I am. Right.
We call that network as macros.
Yeah. Right.
Right. I'm going back to that Colossians 2 and 17, you know, which is the shadow of things to come. The shadow isn't the real thing, but it leads you to it. It points you to it. A model.
God.
All right. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. We're about to get Psalms 23, 3 to 4. Psalms 28 a lot.
Psalms 28, 3 to 4.
Come on.
Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity. Speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their heart. With fault. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. Their desert.
God, render to them their desert. All right, they deserve, which is what they deserve. Okay, because surely if the earth given in the hand of the wicked, okay, then the wicked would get a I would say they would get a beautiful flicking reward, you know, for doing wickedly. All right, you know what I mean? And that's what that is. You know, they're gonna serve what they flicking 1,000 years with rigor, with rigor, um, with rigor, slavery. Okay, let's get the Psalms 28:4 in the NLT.
It says, Psalms 28:4. Give them the punishment they so richly deserve.
You see that? Give them the punishment what they so richly deserve. Okay, see the Most High in hey, when you see that happen, all right, they can get a beautiful punishment, but
Measure it out in proportion to their wickedness. Pay them back for all their evil deeds. Give them a taste of what they have done to others.
Right.
you see that?
See what I was saying earlier? The Bible said, "Cursed be he that trusted in flesh," right?
Yep.
Or make it arms and flesh, right? Right. So you hear what the scripture says?
Right?
Give them a taste of what they have done to others.
So you curse.
Yeah. That's it. You know?
But we could go into examples of that all day. You could pick which kind of saw you want.
God.
But we know at the end of that saw, it ain't no healing from that.
No.
It ain't no remedy for that.
No.
Especially Esau.
That's
You're damn right, especially Esau. That's the journey.
yeah.
The only one way that can be cleansed.
Yeah, you know that. All right. All right. So now I mentioned a little earlier about those who are living over in Spain who will be regularized by measure or time frame for how long they may have been over there. All right, they may or will have to apply in a specific times as this article goes on. Okay, let's get that
It says
the
here,
5th to the 8th.
the measure will affect those living in Spain for at least 5 months and who applied for international protection before December 31st, 2025. Applicants must have a clean criminal record. The regularization will also apply to their children who already live in Spain. The application period is expected to open in April and continue until the end of June. The plan will be passed through a decree that will not need approval in Parliament, where the socialist-led coalition lacks a majority. The conservative and far-right opposition lashed out at the government, saying the regularization would encourage more illegal immigration. Yeah.
That's
Alberto Nunez Cuejo, head of the Popular Party, the main right-wing opposition group, wrote on X that the ludicrous plan would overwhelm our public services. Quote, in socialist Spain, illegality is rewarded, he said, vowing to change migration policy from top to bottom if he took power.
gone. All right. So you may remember that earlier it was a decree, which is an order. Now we see what they said. It need not approval in Parliament. All right. So what you think they're gonna do? Okay, they're gonna get them with a digital ID. All right. This also applies to their children as well. You know, because the scripture tell you what, both small and great. Okay, let's get Psalms 35, 7 to 8.
It's interesting that most governments of the world, their biggest talking point now is immigration.
Yep.
You see? So when you look at it, Spain have an immigration problem or about to have an immigration problem, right? America pushing out the majority of the immigrants from their country. So them said who get pushed out from America these other countries don't want them.
Hmm.
You see, because when you look at Spain again, they don't want nobody coming to their country just like that if you ain't never go up inside the country.
Yeah.
You see,
They,
immigration is a big problem in the world.
like you said, they encouraging that bond that if you go into that, that's a scam to stay in power as well.
Yeah.
Because if IFLEC can do something for you, they said I compel to vote for you.
That's it. And you know, Spain ever had this problem with migrants for years and years. All right, let's get that Psalm 35, 7 and 8.
This is Psalm 35, 7 and 8. For without cause they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. They let destruction come upon them, come upon him unawares, and let his net that he had hid catch himself into that very destruction. Let him fall.
God. All right. You say, for without cause they have hid for me their nets in the pit. Okay, because this is a trap.
Right?
All right.
When we get into GNT, it says Psalm 35 and 7. Without any reason, they lay a trap for me and dig a deep hole to catch me. But destruction will catch them before they know it. They will be caught in their own trap and fall to their destruction.
God. All right. So when you look at it, that's what they lay down. Okay, because they're saying like the Ark say, okay, is it designed for them to stay in power? But overall, this is Esau doing. Okay, let's get Psalm 56, 57 and verse 6. And Psalm 140 and 5.
Okay.
This is Psalm 57, 6. They have prepared a net for my step. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit for me into the midst whereof they are fallen. They are fallen themselves. Into the midst thereof they have fallen themselves.
Done. All right. So it's all by design the trap Jake. Okay. Because in this article, okay, it talks about how a lot of them immigrants, all right, Latin, okay, they speak Spanish. All right. Let's get Psalm 140 and 5. All right. Yeah.
This is Psalms 140 and 5. The proud have hid a snare for me, and caught. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gin for me.
God. All right. The proud being Esau. Okay, now let's get that in the GNT.
Right. Psalm 140 and verse 5 in the GNT, it says, the proud have set a trap for me. They have laid their snares, and along their path, they have set traps to catch me.
God. All right. So all this here is by design. It is a trap. Oh, okay, to capture Jake. Okay, because everything is mainly about Jake. All right, the brother brought up Psalm 83 a little earlier. All right, let's go back in the article. One more.
Social justice.
The same last paragraph. I think you read it.
It says here, in socialist Spain, illegality is rewarded. He said, vowing to change migration policy from top to bottom if he took power.
Done. All right. So now, this isn't just about Spain, but it's all around the world. Okay. Over here, the same thing is going on. Okay. Now with the asylum, okay, asylum bill that may be coming in the effect. Okay, so not only them having immigrant migration problem, okay, but now what they're doing, all right, they basically putting them all together.
Yeah, and you can't forget that some 300,000 or something like that.
500,000
Something like that. Trump said the release.
or 300, right?
The Levites.
Right.
Right.
With the 30th of next month. That's what people think.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought,
February 3rd, somewhere around there.
Right.
The 21st of January was the cutoff point.
Right.
You can't get visas like that no more. So they put a hold on all these applications. So, right? No more free visas. No
Tell
more
him.
free visas.
All right. So hey, it's all by design to secure digital IDs to slide in the chip. All right. They are all for it. When you look at it, they are all for it. Because if you look at Spain, this is what Spain are doing. Okay, eventually they're gonna wait. All right, because like I say, what immigrant don't like to have wouldn't like to have access to any part of that country. So you see how they're making it easy for them. It's a trap. That's all it is. And Jake, out in the world, they too blind to see it. Okay, all right. Uh, let's get that next paragraph, brother. Dealing with the Catholic
Catholic
Church.
Church.
Yeah, that's the same one paragraph.
Says this goes into the subhead and social justice. The Spanish Catholic Church was among the organizations praising the move, commending an act of social justice and recognition.
Gun. You see that?
Mm,
The Spanish Catholic, they are all for it.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? And if the Catholic Church behind it, all right,
And the majority of the people who go there is Latin
it's
Americans.
Latin American, right? You see? All right. And we know the reason why they're behind. We know the reason why they are praise the move, okay? Because they know what's coming next. All right. We're not ignorant to Esau's device. All right. They know what's coming next. This is why they can praise that move.
Mm.
Okay, making everything sound good. All right. Let's close up with this precept Psalm 140, 1 and 2.
This is Psalms 141 and 2. Deliver me, O Lord, O power, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Verse 2. Which imagine mischief in their hearts. Continually are they gathered together for war.
One. All right, deliver me, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, from the evil man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Preserve me from the violent man. Okay. Now he can talk, but we are the killers and murderers. We kill more people than Esau. Other than Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know? All right. So yeah, man, hey, Lord read this lesson with the other five. All right.
Yeah, lesson me. Yeah, but too much I put my spirit. Um, the book of Revelation, 18 chapter, verse 4. It says, "Come out of heart, my people, be not partaker of a sins." All right, because you get some simple Jake. They don't know what that means. They will take that literally. You see, for the Babylon. All right, pretty much it's being spiritually detach yourself from this place. All right, spiritually detach yourself from this place, this system. All right, the scriptures say, man, see the shadow of this world. Get your mind of this place. Because once you be a partaker, all right, hey brother, you go read that scripture in Revelation 18 and 4. Because once you be a partaker, This is what a partaker means.
This is Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye may not be that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her a plague."
All right. When you look at the word partakers, that's going into fellowship. All right, brother, you can bring it out. No, on the device button.
Revelation chapter 18 and 4, the word partakers is sunkoinoyo, to become a partaker together with others or to have fellowship with the thing. Strong's definition, to share in company with, that is, to co-participate in to co-participate in, meaning to communicate or to have fellowship with, to be a partaker of.
All right, and if you look in the root word, it goes in the share.
Soon means the with. I mean the other one.
Yeah.
To come into communion or fellowship with, to become a sharer, to be made a partner.
Be made a partner or share, right? All right. A share or fellowship with. So guess what? The same judgment will coming on this place. You won't escape. Just because you haven't fellowship with this place, you join to this place. All right.
Shareholder.
That's it. You got to spiritually detach yourself now for this place. All right. This is the time now. All right. Because if you don't, you're gonna taste that fire. That's it. Okay. You want to spiritually detach yourself now. That's the only way you're gonna get delivered out of the space. It starts by detaching your mind from these worldly things. Okay. All right. That's why the Lord sent His prophet to warn these people to get their minds over this place, because what's coming is supreme judgment. The brother just brought it up. All right. Supreme judgment is coming on this land. Okay. And if you don't detach yourself from these things, you're gonna be a share of that same judgment. All right, having fellowship with this place. All right. All right. All right. Now we'll get the AI overview. We'll get the AI overview of this. This goes hard, right? Give me a minute, bro. Okay. This the AI overview, right? This is the AI overview of Revelation 18:4. It says, a divine command for God's people to separate themselves from spiritual and moral corruption of Babylon, representing an evil materialistic world system. It says, to avoid sharing in an imminent severe plagues and judgment. It says, it serves for a call for holiness, urging believers not to participate in the sins of this world. All right, because these people out here, they indulge in all kind of wicked shit. All right, they ain't gonna touch themselves in this place. All right, Jake, when you hear Jake, sometimes conversation with Jake, they talk about being the next 30 years. All right, but they don't know this place coming to end. All right, now I look up the key aspects of this. Right, it says the command, "Come with all my people," which is a call for separation from the sinful, luxurious, idolatrous, commercial, and religious systems of the end times. All these is what trapping our damn people. They can't get out of this damn system. All right, and they waxing worse and worse. And I'm gonna show you. All right, if you don't detach yourself, all right, what scripture says, what are written aforetime or written for our learning. All right, this is the time now. All right, this is another talking point. It says the reason to avoid becoming a partakers of a sin, consequently sharing in the plague or divine judgment that will befall her. So all these plagues, if you don't detach yourself from this place, you're going to get a portion of that. And the Most High ain't playing. All right? The Most High ain't playing. All right? So that's separation from the sinful, luxurious, and idolatrous lifestyle. All right? Because if you don't, you will consequently, like I said, sharing in the plagues of divine judgment that will fall off. But our people, they love it here, so they're gonna die here. People, like I say, when they talk today, they will be here for years. All right, just like Esau, they don't want this place to end. The woman living in a luxurious lifestyle, the pride of life, like the scripture says, living in pleasure. You get these damn women on OnlyFans, or just so to speak, making millions in hours. Just a bunch of folly that exhibiting their bodies and doing a bunch of shit. Okay? That's luxurious lifestyle.
And just way touching on that, you know, they had a she is a OnlyFans practitioner, and she used to influence people, like those people who constantly repeat something over and over and over and over and over again. And she was being high-minded. Her brother did a video on it. She had on a blonde weave and all that. And a couple of months later, she found she had a liver problem, kidney failure.
That's it.
So the Lord judge her. You see?
All right.
So lock here, right? And also too, I see this pastor wife. You know, she gone and she got a BBL, and she wear this dress. You know, it basically was revealing everything. You know, now you had these other pastors come out, you know, and was rebuking her and rebuking the pastor, Joy Bryan or something like that.
Jamal Bryan.
Right, Jamal Bryan White. And in his defense, all he's saying is, oh man, people just looking at the dress. He bought the dress, right? Then he said, man, they even ain't looking at the $4 million that was raised. Why the hell would you $4 million? They're supposed to be a first lady of the church. You understand? And if other people see the first lady of the church dressing like this, they can think that, hey, look, it's okay for them to dress like that too.
Hey, but the scripture say, man,
The scripture tell you how to dress.
you know, man, and then too, what you expect when they going up inside the Holland houses?
So you straight when you get a BBL.
That's what you think happens.
Yeah, that's it. The members then pay for that,
Taking all the takes money.
you know. While they home need some water inside their house and some,
You are sitting on silicone.
you know.
I said, if my members need something, they go to them, they tell them, well, go to God. When they need something, go to the church. You know, they talk about, but they need to get $12 million. Come, ushers close the doors.
You know. And when your boy Drewski get on them, they mad.
Yeah, you got it better.
Yeah, man. So all these wicked ass religious systems get our people just the way it is. All right. And also, like I say, these women exit with their bodies doing all kind of shit, making millions. Dudes streaming. You get these dudes streaming and making millions. Just falling out here. Setting great dignity. People living luxurious lifestyle, idolatrous lifestyle, just to be wicked. All right. These religious systems, especially Christianity, get everybody messed up now. But at the end of the day, the final calling, the Most High telling his people to come get your mind on this place. All right. You got to spiritually detach first before you could get delivered. Okay. All right. But this only pertains to the Israelites. No other nation. Okay. Martial law is coming. The microchip is coming. Jacob trouble is coming. A lot of pestilence is on its way. Pestilence here now, but it's going to intensify. All right, you'll be sharing the same judgment with Babylon if you don't spiritually detach yourself from this place. Don't conform to this world. All right. Now, let me show you something, right? What I written before time, written by learning. I'm gonna get a count. We all know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Of when you spiritually tied to a corrupt system, and what happens when the Lord's judgment is on a place, and you spiritually invested in that place. Let's get some history showing you. Let's see what happened. All right, when you be a partaker of a wicked ass kingdom. All right, the end result, even after being warned. All right, get our Genesis, brother. Genesis 19 and 12.
Genesis 19 and 12. And the man said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face power had sent us to destroy it. 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons, and to his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Get up, Up, get you out of this place, for the power will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Right. All right. Now, they physically get out of Sodom, escape out of Sodom. But I'm going to show you, Lot lingered. You're going to see why he lingered. All right. And we all know what happened to his wife. All right. So even though this was physical back then, fleeing from Sodom, America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? There was one to get out of that place. Get their mind. You had to get your mind out of that place first, spiritually, to be delivered physically. All right, because Lot was told by the angel, all right, the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, the wickedness of that city. So the Lord was tired and angry. All right, then he did his work on that place. All right, okay, he did his work on that place. All right, but guess what? When you spiritually invested, this what will happen when you was born. All right, because I want you to know, obedience leads to mercy. Okay, read get verse 15. Get verse 15, brother. 15 to 17. Genesis 19, 15 to 17.
This is Genesis 19, 15, and 17. And when the morning arose, then the angel hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. 16. And while he lingered, the man laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters, the Lord being merciful unto them, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
See that? So the angel told him, escape for your life. Run out of space. Make haste of this place. All right. And let me say something as believers. Don't be attached to this present world. All right, spiritually detached. Use this world and not abuse it. All right. I can show you something right now. I going into the AI overview of this, right? Check this out. Check this out. In Revelation, Genesis the 19th chapter, right? Salakia, right? Salakia. Right. Right. Any Israelite who have their mind solely on possessions, all right, solely on possession in this time, as we know it, we know what you have to do to maintain them in this society, all right? Okay, you can't get comfortable in this society because this ain't our rest, all right? And I'm going to show you why Lot lingered on the AI overview, basically, all right? We can't be like this in this day and time, even though the Lord showed Lot mercy, right? Okay, Salakia, right? This is the AI view. Read verse 16 again, brother. Just read Genesis 19 and 16, and then get the AI overview of it.
Genesis 19 and 16. And while he lingered, the man laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters, Yahweh being merciful unto them, and they brought them forth and set him without the city.
Was it?
17.
Yeah, read verse 16 again, Salakia.
Genesis 19 and 16. And while he lingered, the man laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, Yahweh being merciful unto them, unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city.
You see that? He said he lingered, right?
Yep.
So when you go into the AI overview, it says God urgent intervening mercy towards hesitant sinners. Despite urgent warnings, Lot lingered in doomed Sodom. Lot lingered in doomed Sodom, forcing angels to physically grab him, his wife and daughters, to lead him to safety. It illustrates that salvation is initiated by God's compassion, not human merit, right? Okay, divine grace. All right, the face the Lord is merciful for him signifies that Lot was the Lord showed compassion on him, not of his own worthiness. Right now, human reluctance, Lot's lingering or hesitation represents a hesitation to abandon a sinful or comfortable life, even when destruction is imminent. So it says, acts of salvation. The angels seizing or taking hold of their hands demonstrate that God often intervenes directly to pull people away from the destruction. Now, if you part of the hopeful elect from the foundation of the world, the Lord is going to deliver you. All right, He's going to deliver you regardless. All right, He's going to deliver you regardless. All right, but pretty much in the AI overview, what happened, right, is that pretty much when you go into it tomorrow, right, Salaki, right, it says Lot hesitated to leave Sodom due to a deep, comfortable attachment to his life there. Lot was too comfortable. All right, and guess what? Including his material wealth. All right, high standing as a city leader and family ties. So Lot had a little name in Sodom.
You can equate that to those who, when it's time for the paragma.
That's it.
You know, people who comfort and have high status in society, they ain't want to leave that comfort zone. So they can be more leaning towards taking it.
Right.
See, but when it comes to serving the Lord, when we read Sirach chapter 2, the Son of Thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You have to prepare yourself for these things to come. And when the scripture even tell you, you know, sow as though you would not reap, build as though you would not dwell in it. You see, you're working, you're making your money, but you know, don't dwell on it. You know, don't look to say, oh, I can do this in the next 15, 20 years. No. You have it, but just be as though you don't have it.
God, of the mindset of just losing everything.
That's it.
So it says, despite the impending doom, his hesitation stemmed from a divided heart or lingering affection for the city, fear of the unknown in the wilderness. It says, a compromised, lukewarm spiritual state. Now, you see that? He lingered. Yeah. We can't be like that in these times to come. You see that? It says, talking point, it says, emotional and physical attachment. Lord had become deeply invested in the culture and comfort of Sodom, making it difficult to abandon his home and possessions. You forgot to forget about these shit when that time comes.
Yep.
Or else they can get burned up. You can get burned up along with them.
Yeah.
Okay? Social and civic standing as a respected figure sitting in the gate. So he had a name in the society.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lord had established a position of importance that he reluctant to give up. But you got hell with that name, boy. All right. Hell with that name. Family ties and compromise. His sons-in-law refused to leave, and his heart was likely torn about abandoning them, reflecting a life of compromise that eroded his spiritual authority. All right. So in these times, it's going to be crazy. All right. You got to spiritually detach yourself from this place. All right. All right. So, hey, brothers have assets, and you know, I mean, at the end of the day, hey, once you don't put that before Yahweh, Qam Yasharahla, you don't solely be fixated on that, because this word come first. All right, because in time to come, at the end of the day, you know what you got to do to maintain that, especially in this society. You see the brother just bottled. That's it.
That's it.
Don't put that at the forefront of this ministry.
We got to be like pilgrims.
Right.
God.
All right. You got to leave that behind. All right. Because deep emotional attachment will force you. All because of comforts. All right. Lord had it, like we would say. Lord had it. All right. Okay. Lord had it. Okay. And guess what? You see, the angels told him to run out and don't look back. But an example of an unbelieving soul, we know how the story ends with his wife for being spiritually invested. Get Genesis 19:24-26. All right.
Genesis 19:24-26. Then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him and she became a pillar of salt.
That's it. I can get the AI overview again. But his wife looked back from behind him and she became a pillar of salt, a consequence of disobeying divine instructions. While escaping the destruction of Sodom, the scripture in Wisdom of Solomon say that's a monument of an unbelieving soul. You see, that action symbolizes a lingering attachment to a past life and worldly possessions. Even these damn women, you don't know what they can do in that time. They can say shallow one on the side of you, but if they use for comforts, you don't know what they can do in that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's a lot harder back then. Obviously, his woman and things.
Exactly.
She she's the shit.
What you do in your discomfort.
That's it.
It's easy to say shallow woman, you're comfortable.
That's it. It says it serves as a warning against spiritual disloyalty. Okay? Because that time is going to be made known. All right? The man and the woman.
Damn. The time coming.
All right? It says context. God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah with fire and brimstone due to their wickedness. Angels instructed Lot, his wife, and his daughters to flee and not look back. Lot's wife disregarded this command, looking back towards the city with longing. Her desires. She remembered that lavish lifestyle. She that living in pleasure is dead while she living.
Yeah.
All right? That lavish lifestyle, trust me, that's going to cause a lot of people get put to death. All right? She looked back because of her unbelief. She was spiritually attached to her former life, even to the wickedness in that city. All right? Her heart and mind was everywhere in that place, placing worldly possessions in home above safety, resulting in a transformation into a pillar of salt. All right? And also our disobedience, which leads to destruction. All right? Attachment to life in Sodom. All right? All right? Her heart and mind remained in that city, suggesting she regretted leaving everything behind, including possessions. She remembered what she had.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, she remembered what she had. So at the end of the day, when you see that time come, all right, some of these women would use the comforts. When that get taken from them, you don't know how they can really respond.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in this time, America is spiritually sort of Egypt. Any woman would say that believes in this time. All right. And you spiritually attached deeply to this place because of comforts, you will be tried. All right. And a lot of these comforts is going to get taken away from you. All right. How will you respond? How you will react? Time will tell. If you be disobedient even to your man, if he tell your ass, let's go. All right. And you won't. And you don't want let's go, you can be taken. That's it. Because a lot of women who say they believe, when that time comes, all right, a lot of them is going to get taken.
All right.
All right. Get 1 John 2 and 15-16.
1 John 2 and 15-16. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
That's it. It says the world, right? This system opposed by the Most High, by the three core temptations: the love of the flesh, sensual cravings, the lust of the eyes, material greed, and the pride of life, arrogant self-sufficiency. These desires do not come from the Lord, all right, but from a fallen, temporary, worldly system that us believers are warned not to love. That's why the scripture says this.
Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Right. So this is a call for believers to separate themselves from worldly corruption, idolatry, and this sinful system to avoid the shared judgment. Because Jake's so simple, they would literally think, flee from Babylon. All right? No, because even if you flee, how can you escape the judgment of the Lord?
That's like them groups will run from Babylon going into live in Israel.
That's it.
And then I'm getting stuck.
Let me show you, you can't escape the judgment of the Lord. Yes, second Ezra 15 and 26. How you could escape the judgment of the Lord?
Yeah.
The second Ezra 15 and 26. For the power knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
So guess what? No one escapes the judgment of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. So if you don't want to be partakers of a plague, spiritually detach yourself now.
God.
And you know, I'm on to that too, but like that's so beautiful. No one can escape from the judgment of the Lord. So if the judgment of the Lord for you is death, you can't run from it.
That's it.
If the judgment of the Lord for you is salvation, you can't run from it. Because perfect example you just brought up with Lot. You see, the Most High used angels to forcibly move him from that place. That's for salvation.
Yep.
When you think about Jonah, similar to each eye run up while on the vessel when the Most High sent that 10%. You know, I just gone into this.
Yep.
You know, the Most High sent that storm, brought them out. You know, each eye run away. When they asked him, why this upon us? He said, man, you want to tell the fellas somebody else got to throw me off this boat for the storm to stop. And because he was the man of the Lord, they're contemplating, but we can't throw this off the boat. So when they go and they throw him off the boat, the storm stopped.
Yep.
And the Most High forcibly took him through the big fish and carried him to where he needed to be.
Right? If you're a part of those who elect, the Lord is going to deliver you.
God.
That's it.
In Revelation 18 and 4 again, brother.
Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. So guess what? You got to first detach spiritually to get delivered physically. All right. It starts with spiritually detach it. All right. Get your mind and prepare to go home to Zion, man. All right. Hell with this place. This was never good for our people. This ain't our rest. So this now to set your house in order now and prepare for the end.
God.
Prepare for the end.
2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the power, and touch not the unclean thing, that I will receive you. Says Salakia, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
All right. Don't be conformed to this world. Because guess what? You see right now, a lot of these people, they're in the spirit of politics.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They joined to this world. There's an enemy of the Most High.
Right.
All right. They bow into a God. All right. But these people don't know the destruction was coming. This might very well be the last election. All right. They focus on the politics. But you see what's happening right now? Judgment is coming. And the Lord tired of these wicked people. So this is a time to spiritually detach and get your mind in this place. You're going on to Zion, Lord willing.
God. All right. So with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash, Shalom, and the Bible. Shalom.